Eddie took a single transparent miracle pill, and his pupils began to dilate rapidly. The world around him suddenly became brilliantly clear and vivid. He entered an unprecedented state of flow, his mental capabilities reaching extraordinary heights. His landlady was still in the middle of berating him, but now Eddie could perceive every minute detail, from the individual hairs at her temples to the subtle contractions of her pores. With his enhanced cognitive abilities, he pieced together tiny behavioral cues into a perfectly crafted response that instantly diffused her anger. Caught off guard by his unexpectedly insightful comments, the landlady became flustered. Eddie noticed a law textbook peeking out of her bag and deduced she was struggling with an upcoming legal certification exam. His mind suddenly exploded with crystal-clear memories. He had browsed that exact book 12 years ago. Not just that, every tiny detail from his childhood to the present became instantly accessible, like a vast library he could browse at will. Noting the landlady's surprise, Eddie explained why that particular textbook wouldn't serve her needs well, then offered detailed study strategies. What started as a rent collection visit transformed into an intellectual discussion as she became captivated by Eddie's encyclopedic knowledge. Within 3 minutes, he'd negotiated away 3 months of rent and even spent the next 3 hours tutoring her on her thesis materials. His brain was operating at maximum capacity, flooding him with seemingly endless energy. He turned to his novel writing, and ideas exploded in his mind like fireworks. His fingers couldn't type fast enough to keep up with the torrent of creativity. The experience was intoxicating. But when the drug wore off the next morning, Eddie felt deflated returning to his normal state. He showed his manuscript to a publisher, who was blown away and desperately called multiple times requesting more. But Eddie needed more pills to continue. He rushed to Jack's place only to make a horrifying discovery. Jack was dead. Terror-stricken, Eddie surveyed the ransacked apartment and realized the killers must have been after the pills. Were there any left? He frantically searched the chaos, and fate smiled on him once again. He stumbled upon a large stash of pills,